Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jesus here with the Van Bros, and today we're gonna be doing something cool. I made a tweet a few days ago, showing off that I actually made some proxies for the new Youthberk deck that is coming out in set 14. They released the skills from the episode Tuesday stream, and then they had the artworks for the units. The artwork for Youthberk and his ride line were available for the Crate lore story, and then some of the other units were also available, like the Cycler was available because whenever they release a new set, usually on Twitter, the artist will release a full art saying, "Hey, I was honored to illustrate for this set for Cardfight Vanguard." Some of them have that, some of them don't. I have a link to a Google Web or a Google Drive folder that has the proxies if you want to try them out yourself. This is for kind of a web series, or not a web series, but like kind of like a series of videos I'm going to be doing, not specifically for Youthberk, but like kind of like the newer cards that come out. Or I'm gonna try out initial builds, see where things go, see if some numbers I wanna change, or if I wanna add different cards, or try out different things. This is like a very rough draft of Youthberk, like pretty much just getting everything at 4 and like trying to see if it works. So let's start off very simply. Here's the starter. That's what all the D starters do. If you go second, draw a card. Then we have Will of the Destruction Dragon Youth. When this unit is placed by riding from Desolation of Loneliness Youth, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 card with Youthberk in its name, or up to 1 card with Crimson Moon card from among them. Reveal it, put it to hand, and shuffle the deck. So it searches out your pieces. Let's see here. Hopefully it's not getting cut off. It's cut off a little bit, but that's fine. Boop. Boop. Searches out your pieces, your Youthberks, as well as your Crimson Moon. But yeah, that's what this one does if you ride over the grade 1 or the grade 0. Which kind of blows, because like, man, imagine just being able to run the cute little Sibyl starter. But yeah, that's what this one does. The grade 2. When this unit is rode upon by grade 3 unit with sorry, I can barely see the logo. That's on me. But when you ride it on top of a unit with a drag dress ability, Energy Blast 3, choose a grade 2 or greater card from your drop zone and put it to hand. This card is actually crazy because it like the exist or the rebuild ride line made the grade 2, the original grade 2 for Youthberk, like it was just a fucking like power creep. This is even better because that one says a unit. This is just any grade 2 or greater card. So like it's fucking insane. Like you can literally pick up like a defensing roar. Spoiler alert, it's not on this list, but that's because I don't fucking own. I know I own one. It's in my bulk. I just don't want to shift through my bulk for it. So yeah, that's what this one does. Then the star of the show, we have the new Youthberk. What the new Youthberk does is, at the end of the battle, this is unit attacked. Choose up to 1 card with the drag form in its name from your hand. Write it as stand. It gets strife -2 until the end of turn. If you wrote a card, what's it called? If you wrote a card at the end of the turn, choose a Youthberk drag force arms from your soul and write it as rest. So pretty much it just, it's just reroll form. What's it called? Axe skill, Vanguard, once per turn. Discard a card from hand, look at the top 7, or look at the top 3 cards of the deck. Choose up to 1 card with drag form in its name, or a grade 2 or less card from among them. Reveal it, put it to hand. If it is a card with drag form in its name, or call it to rear. If it's not, discard all the remaining cards. If you did not discard them, put them to the bottom of the deck in any order. Then he has another skill where at the beginning of your main phase, you get When your Vanguard attacks, that unit gets 1000 power until end of that battle for each card in your drop zone with Dragon in its race until end of turn. So it's cool because it also gives it to the Regal form. And the other skill, it's funny because this one doesn't drag dress from drop like Exist does. So it's kind of lame that it doesn't, but it has what the original Youthberk does, where like you can discard to look at the top 3 cards to add something or call something, and then make your graveyard have more dragons. So all in all, this ride line is actually really good. Searches out your orders, searches out your Youthberks, calls and adds, and it just, you know, it does everything but butter toast. So from there, I think we're going to do orders. We have 4 of the Crimson Moon. This is the double R version. It's a proxy of it. It's also included in the files. But you play this if you have a Fantome Vanguard, which your ride line is all Fantome units. Look at the top 5 cards of the deck. Choose up to 1 card from among them. Reveal it. If you did not reveal a card, shuffle the deck and draw. That's the difference between the new one, or like the double R, and the common one, or the rare one. If you reveal the card, perform one of the following and shuffle the deck. If the reveal card is a unit with a grade less than or equal to your Vanguard, call it to rear. If the revealed card is a Crimson Moon, put it to hand. Continuous, it cannot be bound other than the cost of a Phantom skill. In the bind zone, it cannot be chosen or moved by any player's card's abilities. And in the damage zone, you can put this into drop and put the top card of the deck into damage zone. It would have been really cool if that was a rescue check. Pretty good opportunity to have like Blankmire Phantom do something like that, but I guess he heals, so who cares? And yeah, Fire Regalis. Fire Regalis is really good. It's a proxy. I have Fire Regalis, but I just don't want to. If it's a proxy deck, I'm going to fucking run a proxy of it. Let's go to triggers. Let's go to the fucking problem in the room. Drag Veda. Yeah, it's a dragon. It's a really good fucking over trigger. It's stupid. It should not exist, but it works really well with the Youthberk, which is insane to say because I never thought I'd be in this fucking spot in my life as a Youthberk player. But yeah, I guess now you can restand Youthberk, not do the skill, swing again, do more drives, then do the skill. So 3 Vanguard swings off of this piece of shit. I hate this card. This card should not exist. And if it didn't exist, I'd be playing the blue OT or the red OT. More than likely the blue OT, because this one doesn't restand a rear guard usually. This is the first iffy part for me. I'm running 3 draws. I'd rather run fronts, but the front isn't a dragon. I don't know if I care more about checking fronts than I do having an extra 100,000 power, or like an extra 1,000 power. I think pretty soon I'm gonna realize I like fronts more, specifically because of the shield that they provide. So this is probably most definitely gonna get swapped out for fronts, but I will give this a try. And then from there we have the crits because they're dragons, and heals because they're dragons. So that's the triggers. From there, let's go to grade 1s. We run, I didn't sort these, oopsies. How embarrassing. I don't know when we're gonna get this in English, but I assume it's gonna be around the time that we get Youthberk Fantome. If not, there are different things that we could play, but this is Dino Fest. We all know what Dino Fest does, but to those who do not, when it boosts, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater and your opponent has no rear guards in the same column, he gets 5k. So 13k booster, and the Phantom skill Youthberk retires. At the end of the battle of this unit boosted, if you have more rear guards than your opponent, or your opponent's rear guard was retired this turn, bind this little guy. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose a grade 2 or greater unit card from among them, or up to 1 Dino Dragon normal unit without Sentinel, with a different card name from this card among them, reveal it, put it to hand, and shuffle the deck. Really good card. Really, really good card. I love grade 1s that are 13k boosters and add a card to hand. I think every nation should have one. It's definitely not taken away from their identity, especially if they act like this, where they do stuff that's within their actual clan identity. So honestly, not that bad. I was being a little sarcastic, but you know, this is a pretty good example of something that is kind of cool. I think maybe in the future, cards like this should be like limited to Dino Dragons or whatever their race is or whatever they're looking for, but whatever. A really good card. If we get it in English, play it in Youthberk. If not, there's other options. We run 4 of the Dragon PGs. You could run a Elementaria, or yeah, the Elementaria Sanctitude, because Podium is going to be a problem, I'm pretty sure. So triple drive will be back in the menu. And then this is the little tech option. We do quite a bit of discarding with Youthberk. So this guy's not bad. We don't use energy at all except for our cycler. So there's this. There's also the triple R that puts back 2 units from your ride line, either from drop or soul, face up to back to the ride line to look at the top 7 to add a grade 3 with a different name than your Vanguard. That's another option, and honestly, if we don't get Dino Fest, you could run both because they're both dragons, but that one at 2 and this one at 4 at that point. Yeah, or maybe just fucking play the Sir Gaon clone, Shenri. Because Shenri's also really good too, especially because you're playing in order. Then for grade 2s, I'm running 4 of the Phantom Cyclers. They pretty much do what the end, like it's like a combination of the Soul Cycler, but better, and the Energy Cycler, the good skill. When this unit is discarded from hand, from while riding from the right deck, if you have a Phantom Vanguard, Soul Blast 1 or Energy Blast 3, search your deck for up to 1 Crimson Moon, reveal it, put it to hand, and shuffle the deck. He also has another auto skill. When this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle from hand, if you have a Phantom Vanguard, Soul Blast 1 or Energy Blast 3 to draw. Like, this is just an insane upgrade for like a cycler. I'm glad that it's only for the Phantom like Vanguard, so like not everybody is gonna have to, because if this card was like for every deck, like it'd be fucking nuts. I run 4 of it. It may be a little greedy. I've seen some lists, some Phantom deck lists that run only 3 copies, but I think 4 is, especially for the guarding implications, I think that's where it's at. Okay, we have a Rising Star. This card comes out in set 12, so pick them up. Anyways, we have Belly, whatever his name is. Let's see. I don't want to be illiterate. Dragon Vortex, Belly Geek Crow. Belly Geek Crow. At least I tried. When he's discarded from hand during your ride phase, you can call this card to Rear's Rest. If you have a Vanguard, if your Vanguard is greater or greater, or you have a Vanguard with Dino Dragon race, then you would, when you would call, you may call it a stand instead of rest. So from grade 2 onward, you can call him as stand. If not, you can call him in rest. If your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets boost and can intercept from the back row. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets 5,000 shield. So it's nice. I really like it. All around great card. So we run it at 4. Especially because it has boost too, so you can make some pretty decent numbers. And we don't run that many grade 1s that can boost anyway, so I like this card. So we're running it at 4. We run 2 copies of Forlorn Hope Dragon. When your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Youthberk in its name attacks, he gains 5k. At the end of the battle of this attack, if your Vanguard was placed by the Drag Dress ability, retire this unit and draw a card. I like this card because he draws, and he gets out of the field. Then we run 2 copies of Obliterate Dragon. From drop, it's a Maple clone, but heavily costed, which I don't understand. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Youthberk in its name, Soul Blast 2, cards with Youth in their names, call this to rear and it gets 5k. When this unit is placed on rear, counter +1. Look at the top 7 cards from among them. Choose a card with Youthberk in its name. Put it to hand. If you did not, then counter charge 1. It's like Rufistor. From there, we have 3 copies of our Ride Line Grade 3 and 4 copies of the Big Man. So this is Youthberk Drag Form Dynast. From deck, if you have a Vanguard with Youth in its name, while this card is revealed by a Crimson Moon card's ability, this card is retreated as a Crimson Moon card, so you can add it to hand, which is really nice. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle by the Drag Dress ability, perform all of the following. All your front row rear guards get 5,000 until the end of turn. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, they also get another 5,000 on top of that, so that's cool. Counterblast 1, this unit gets drive +1 until end of turn. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, it also gets a crit. Even nice. Let's go second, huh? Phantom skill. When this unit attacks, bind a total of 1 or more up to 2 Crimson Moon cards from hand, soul, or drop. Choose the same number of your opponent's rear guards as the number of cards bound for this cost. Retire them, and all of your front row gets 5k until end of turn. If your bind zone has 3 or more Crimson Moon cards, they also get another 5k. So up to 20k with this guy. Retires, gains a crit, gains a drive. Like, this guy does, like, I think this is honestly a better version of what Full Blast wanted to be, because it's literally just Full Blast in one without the need of having the other units, except instead of bot decking, he retires, he gains his 1 drive, so you know, he loses 2, gains 1, unlike Full Blast, which can get a 2. But he gets a crit and gives a front row +20. So really good card. I'm excited to play this deck. I think this deck is going to be strong. I'll be the first to say, I hate Bushiroad's design philosophy, especially since the beginning of DZ. You didn't really feel it as much towards the end of of regular Overdress, but definitely with DZ, these Phantom cards, I actually really like. Even Odium, I don't give a fuck about the Stoicheia girl. I think Stoicheia is getting the short end of the stick when it comes to ride lines, because they keep introducing cool ride lines and then they just forget them. Remember Ruka? That was fucking forgotten. And so will Brocreo when the new one shows up, if I said her name right. But yeah, I like the Phantom units. I think the Phantom units are cool. The Mythos units are flops. Odium is even cooler, so maybe we'll do a deck profile on Odium. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I really do want to hear what you guys have to say about this list. And I want to hear what you guys are also conjuring up yourselves. There's so many dragons that you can use, and they could be optimal, suboptimal. But there's so much like space for uniqueness for this list. So not everything has to be +4 of the best cards, because even then, +4 of the best cards, depending on what they do, they may not do much. So guys, let me know. Comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts and I want to hear your opinions. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.